The killer whale. Myths and legends have been circulating about these majestic inhabitants of the oceans for a long time. The first mention of them appeared at the beginning of the first millennium of our era. These gigantic predators, unseen since the time of the dinosaurs, are not only intelligent, but also insidious creatures. So, who are killer whales or dolphins? Who are they related to? Where is their habitat? What do they eat, and how do they hunt? Today, we will try to answer these questions and dive back into the mysterious world of the ocean. Get ready, our journey begins. All killer whales are considered dolphins and are divided into three types: big, black, and Phaerazia. The most famous is the great killer whale. All marine life, including birds and warm-blooded ones, are running away from this predator in a panic. That's what we're going to talk about. This is indeed a majestic threat to the seas and oceans. They are easily visible due to their size, up to 10 meters in length, black and white coloring, and characteristic spots under the eyes. The fins of males reach 1.5 meters, while those of females are smaller and curved. The name of the animal is associated with the high fins of the males, resembling a scythe. The white spot above the eye can serve as a birthmark, unique to each individual, which allows them to be identified. As for the other species, the black killer whale, or as it is called, the false killer whale, resembles a large killer whale, but is smaller, up to 6 meters, and it has no white spots. Phaerazia, the dark gray killer whale, is the smallest member of this genus, reaching only 2 meters in length. Now, let's pay attention to the habitat of the big killer whale. These animals live in wide waters from Alaska to Antarctica and from Argentina to Iceland. They especially prefer the coastal waters of the Hollywood Islands, areas of Alaska, the North Pacific Ocean, and the south of the Bering Sea. Although killer whales can be dangerous in the open ocean, they are less aggressive in captivity. In their natural habitat, they practically do not threaten humans. Attacks are extremely rare. There are several interesting theories about this, which we will discuss later. Killer whales live in packs. Research shows that strong bonds in their groups are unique among large animals. There can be several generations in a pack, and it seems that killer whales do not seek mates outside their community. These intelligent mammals have a complex social structure based on family. Usually a family consists of a mother, cubs, and adult sons, and several such groups form a pack. Packs can split up while searching for food and join together for hunting. Since the members of the pack are relatives, reproduction occurs during the unification of groups. There is a strong friendship within the family. They take care of the old and sick members of the pack. The average life expectancy of males is about 35 years, and that of females is 50. However, there are cases when females have lived up to 90 years. The oldest known killer whale, named Grandma, lived for 105 years. Scientists first learned about her in 1971, when she was already about 60 years old. Their attention was drawn to the unique scar on the fin and the characteristic crescent-shaped pattern on the side. During her life, Grandma could circumnavigate the world up to 100 times. She disappeared from the researchers' site in the fall of 2016, having separated from the pack, and in 2017 it was reported that she had a premonition of her death and was moving away from her relatives. A killer whale's lifestyle and diet depend on its family. For example, those killer whales that live off the coast of Norway feed on herring and migrate in search of fish. They are called resident ones. Populations that prey on marine mammals are called transit or nomadic populations. They migrate along the coast and are always in places where there are seals or penguins. The third group, nomadic, deep, sea or offshore, is one of the most successful hunters, as they attack large animals, whales and sharks, as can be seen by their large dorsal fins with scars and injuries. An extensive study of their lifestyle has not yet been completed, but it is known that they are genetically different from the two previous groups and are usually smaller in size. When hunting, killer whales rely more on hearing than on sight and smell. Echolocation serves them both as a way to communicate with each other and as a way to find food. The sounds they make are loud, melodious, and harsh. As a social species, they require effective communication. Each group has its own unique sound signals that are passed down from generation to generation, allowing them to recognize members of their pack. Although the ears of killer whales are not visible, they are well developed and located behind the eyes. In murky waters, killer whales rely on hearing to navigate and interact with their relatives. Very few sea creatures can fight back against this predator, and killer whales, as a rule, do not have enemies in their environment. Even a great white shark is not a threat to them, but a prey. However, sometimes humpback whales approach killer whales when they hunt other species or protect their young from threats. Humpbacks are known for their long and mobile fins, which can be dangerous weapons if not handled carefully. Their interaction with killer whales has not yet been fully studied. Researchers suggest that humpback whales may be altruistic, protecting not only their relatives but also other species. Some believe that they react to the sounds made by killer whales, which can attract their attention. Killer whales have similar relationships with tiger sharks and sperm whales. These predators also have high speeds and other abilities that make them dangerous rivals. The blows of the tail of this large fish can stun the killer whale or even kill it. Therefore, killer whales try to avoid encounters with sperm whales. Killer whales' ability to control their intelligence puts them at the top of the food chain. This allows them to develop complex hunting strategies for the entire pack. They are very resourceful and approach the hunt for prey in different ways each time. They have tactical schemes for each type of loot, which vary from family to family. To catch a seal, you not only need to move fast and have sharp teeth, but also use your mind. Some groups of killer whales cut off seals, others set up ambushes, and others swim up to the shore where the seals spawn, creating waves that wash away the victim. This tactic is mainly used by females, whose smaller fins attract the attention of seals, forcing them to leave the edges of the rocks. Even if the seals do not have time to escape, killer whales can jump out of the water, which makes their attacks very effective. Penguins also suffer from killer whales, which react sensitively to them by swimming up from below and breaking ice floes, thereby providing themselves with easy prey. When hunting fish, killer whales use group tactics. They form a chain and swim at a speed of 5 km/h, remaining in contact with each other. When attacking, killer whales gather in groups, placing a school of fish in a circle, crushing it so that one or more individuals can dive in and stun the fish. This operation requires the participation of 10 or more killer whales. It's easy to deal with small fish, but how do they successfully deal with white sharks? These predators, with their fearsome teeth and aggressiveness, can potentially threaten many. Killer whales first drive the shark to the surface, after which they knock it off its feet with a powerful blow, lifting it out of the water until it falls back. Then, they turn her over to give her no opportunity to resist. In the case of whales, the actions are similar, but it is useless to try to stop a blue whale that weighs several times more than the killer whale itself. And yet, scientists note that many whales have been found to have bites from killer whales. From the killer whale's point of view, a human is most likely a lighter meal than a seal or penguin. He moves slowly and less dexterously, and in a dark wetsuit he can resemble a seal. However, killer whales somehow distinguish between humans. If a diver swims among a flock, the killer whales will most likely not attack and may even allow themselves to be petted. Some researchers believe that killer whales do not show aggression towards humans due to their advanced intelligence and ability to recognize that these creatures are not habitual prey. At the same time, each of these predators is more common with humans than killer whales. Sharks often get into shallow waters near resorts, while killer whales prefer to stay away from the coast. They mostly live in the northern part of the ocean, which makes humans an exotic and unclear target for them. Killer whales are certainly one of the most fascinating creatures on the planet. They have rightfully earned the title of the main marine predator. Their intelligence and hunting skills are amazing. But what other amazing creatures live in the vast depths of the ocean? Don't miss the chance to embark on your next journey.